I wanted to first give the second keynote address introduction for Sam Ponzo, who's from DuPont, another one of this year's fantastic sponsors of the awards and a longtime advocate for STEM in the state. Sam comes to us from 25 years at DuPont. He is the Senior Vice President and General Manager of DuPont, as well as a FAME graduate and a local STEM advocate. So without further ado, here's Sam Ponzo.
Well, thank you. I'm honored to be here today to recognize the STEM educators in Delaware. As Dan said, I'm a product of the Delaware school system, both the Catholic schools and Brandywine School District. I'm an electrical engineer by training, so definitely have benefited from a STEM education. And I really believe that STEM teaches you skills and empowers you to solve all kinds of problems and challenges. In fact, I wanted to read a quote from the former CEO of Pepsi. And what she said is, one of the things that my experience has taught me is that if you're trained as a scientist in your youth, through your high school and college, if you stay with the STEM disciplines, you can learn pretty much all the subjects as you move along in life. And your scientific disciplines play a very important role and ground you very well as you move into positions of higher and higher authority, whatever the job is. And so as I think about it, I no longer do much in technology or engineering, but the skills I learned in terms of problem solving and how to use a scientific method from studying science, technology, engineering, and math enable me to solve business challenges today. And when I think about STEM, I don't necessarily think about it in terms of lab coats or being behind a computer screen coding. I've actually been really invigorated and inspired by how you're taking some of these abstract concepts like math and science and applying it to real-world challenges. And so it was really neat to see Wendy's project at Rockwood Park, which is right near my house, and how you're making that real for students, and they can understand how to take math and actually use that in the real-world environment. I was also had an opportunity before this event to talk to some of the folks working on FIRST Engineering, as well as Odyssey of the Mind, and how they're showing students how to use some of these STEM skill sets in the real world and actually solve real problems. Because that's what it's all about. And that's how you get excited about learning and excited about STEM. I know for me, I think as Dan said, I was a graduate of FAME, which is a local nonprofit forum for the advancement of minorities in engineering. And one of my first projects is we actually had to build a bridge with popsicle sticks. And I think that's a common STEM project across the US. But for me, it turned that abstract concept of math and science, something that I enjoyed, into thinking to myself, hey, this is a career I could actually have. This is something I could actually do with my life. And so I really commend you educators for taking these abstract concepts, bringing it to the classroom, and inspiring our students. Really important going forward. So let's talk about STEM jobs. Why is STEM important to DuPont? Why do we care? Well, first of all, we want to make an impact in the community. But as you look at the job environment right now, we are projecting that about 2 million STEM jobs will go unfulfilled just next year. And I'm from Delaware. Usually when DuPont posts for jobs, we have no problem getting applicants. But I can tell you last year, we actually had to post billboards on 95 to get applicants for jobs. And so when we think about STEM, you probably think about scientists and engineers. But I can tell you in our manufacturing plants, our operators and technicians need STEM skills as well. If you look at the type of equipment we're operating, the software that you have to use to operate the equipment, you definitely need a science and technology background. It's not easy anymore. And so it's important that we invest in Delaware, we invest in this community so that we have the labor force for tomorrow. So what I'll close with is what can we do together in Delaware? It's really going to take all of us coming together. Right now we're working with a group called Discovery Education to provide some additional services for the school systems here in Delaware. But it's going to take all of us coming together where we're talking about community leaders, educators, the business environment, business community, as well as nonprofits. And so I want us all to come together and invest in that next generation of STEM talent for Delaware so we can keep pace with the rest of the world. Thank you.